Welcome to One Topic, the show more aligned with diving into the intricacies of a potato sandwich than any one topic. To the stage, I introduce Autumn Fisher and Greg Russ.
I'm eating lunch still.
Oh, you're going to eat on the show. Would you do that on the radio show? No.
Yeah, like during a rant. Plenty of time.
What are you eating? Is it something wet and smacky?
It is a little bit. It's like not.
Oh, God.
I don't think it would be mic friendly. It is rice with pork chops that I made last night.
Pork chop sandwiches.
With apples and onions.
Apples?
Mm-hmm. I cooked them. I cooked the apples and the onions in the pan after I took out the pork chops, and then I made a sauce
Stop.
with chicken stock and some flour.
Now it sounds even more disgusting. You speaking with your mouth full, knowing that there's fruit mush in it. I hate cooked fruit.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, is there any? I don't like pies. I'm the opposite of your boy Adam Carolla. Cake is a million times better than pie. Pie is disgusting unless it's a cream pie, a banana cream pie, a pudding pie. Those are good.
Yeah, I don't love the cooked fruit either. But I love pie crust.
I do like pie crust. I won't deny that. There's a bakery, like not even a block away. And one year, right after Thanksgiving, went over there just to buy like some single slices of cake or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
I do like key lime pie. I'll get there. But they gave us, because they had baked so many pies for Thanksgiving, they gave a free blueberry pie. And it looked great. Like I took it. I shouldn't have taken it because I knew I wouldn't have eaten it. I wouldn't eat it, and I didn't eat it. But it looked amazing. It had large sugar crystals on top, and the crust was perfect. So I said, sure, I'm going to take that. I'm going to try it. And it just sat in the fridge. And I couldn't bring myself to eat that slop.
What if you had it with like vanilla ice cream? Like if you warmed up the pie a little bit and then put the ice cream next to it, I feel like that would be okay.
I don't know. I've done that with apple pie. I can get some apple pie down without gagging, especially when there's ice cream.
It is weird how the apple pie has like a gelatinous quality to it.
Yeah.
I don't know what that. I've made apple pie before. I don't know exactly. I guess it's like the juice from the apples when they're cooked, plus I don't know, the sugar maybe cooking with it and like thickening up.
I mean, just in general, I think cooked fruit reminds me of rotten fruit. It's the same consistency. When an apple or something sits outside for a bit, it's fallen off the tree and it gets soft and gooey. I think that's the line that connects the two in my head.
Yeah, I could see that.
Even though there's a bunch of sugar added to the pie. But yeah, that gooiness that you're talking about, that gelatinous, that's a big part of what I don't like. It's like, ugh. And I don't mind soft foods that you could eat with no teeth. I in general enjoy those types of foods.
Okay.
But not when it comes to fruit goo.
Fruit goo?
Oh, pies are so much better than cake. I'll bring it up on every love line ever.
Oh, well. Yeah, that got real annoying. That's why I stopped listening to him. Because everything was the exact same.
Well, as you know, it's hard to not bring up the same things when you do a show on a regular basis. But yeah, the way it was presented, it was always like, hey, I've got something for you. Pie is better than cake. What about that hot take? What do you think, huh? Yeah, you really blowing your mind, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, you would think cake's better. Most people think cake's better. I'll tell you why it's not. Pie is better. I guess the old Loveline archive is still very popular.
I haven't listened in a long time, but because again, sometimes I get too triggered almost by Adam Carolla because I feel like I've changed so much that now his parts of his personality now are annoying and awful.
Do you think some of that is because you know what he turned into and you listened to his wife for a bit in her podcast?
No. I really think that I no longer view his or feel his personality as something interesting, and something that I could handle. It truly is like, man, this guy has zero growth. And
Yeah, I was going
yeah.
to say, I should go back on my statement, what he turned into. I think he's exactly the same. I don't actually think that he changed much. And
Yeah.
you got to give credit.
That's the problem too.
Yeah, that's a problem. But also at the same time, you have to give some credit. Person knows who they are. I agree that you should also like reassess that every once in a while.
Yeah.
And say, is this really still working? I've learned new things. I've got new, data points to compare against. I shouldn't actually be the same. But it's also kind of nice in a way. It's like sincerity, I guess, even if it's a negative form of it. I prefer a person being who they are much more than a person pretending to be something they're not.
Yeah, I guess if you want to look at it like if you want to bright side it, it's like, well, at least he's exactly who he is, but if that person sucks, it's like, oh, well, go ahead and be that person, I guess.
I do think it's a case of a person who was younger, who complained about things and people thought it was funny. And then they get older and they still complain exactly the same way they used to complain, but they then get dismissed as being like an old man yelling at clouds.
Yeah, it does turn into that, doesn't it? Eventually.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Because you get old.
It's a shame because it's not always unfair, but it is a bit unfair. It's like, hey, I've been this. At some point, you thought this was cool and you liked it. I'm exactly the same. Now you're just dismissing me by calling me old.
I'm trying to think about. I think though, when you're young and let's say you're complaining and doing the same things that you're talking about as being older, when you're young, it's like you're allowed. It's the time when you're like the most opinionated, and you're so like steadfast in what you think and what you believe and what you feel. But then as you get older, you realize like, oh, I've been wrong so many times. It's weird to me that you don't have that perspective, that one doesn't have that perspective.
I'm with that. I think back to being in my 20s, being on the air, the things I said and that I believed. But I also realized at the time, it's like I didn't fully know what I believed. I was like throwing shit out there and I just so happened to have a microphone in front of me.
Yeah.
And there are things I'm embarrassed about.
Same.
And there are things that I would say that I didn't even fully believe, but you said things like I would say things for shock value.
Mm-hmm. Again, that's the throwing it up on the wall, right? It's like, this feels like almost like my brand,
Yeah, and you think you're so original, then you realize, everyone's fucking doing this.
That's what I mean. When you get older, it's just surprising to me that people don't gain any perspective or learn seemingly anything about what being alive is. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Well, there's some people who are so convinced that they're smarter and more insightful than other people that they're right. And if you're right, why do you have to change?
Yeah. And especially with someone like Adam Carolla. I mean,
are you using Adam as a stand-in now for another person that you know?
Well, no, him too. But we always talk about Eric. So, but for both of these people, they both had emotionally abandoned childhoods. And so they had to build up what they could as seemingly better than everyone else, but also a piece of shit at the same time, right? Like self-critical, high expectations for everyone around, but well, that's more Eric. I'm sorry, more like Adam. Adam has like super high expectations from everyone around him. Whereas I think Eric has high expectations for himself while also having to like feel justified in anything he does that may not meet that standard.
There's a lot of what Adam Carolla says that, and it's been quite a while, and there was a point. This was already years ago, but I would listen to the podcast he did with Drew. I never really got into his like the Adam Carolla show.
That was a totally different thing too.
I would always listen to the one with Drew.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty nasty to Drew sometimes.
Really mean to Drew.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Drew, it's weird because he signs off on it because his wife is also like a pain in the ass. And like, so Drew kind of likes that, you know? And if you think about like the patients that he works with and stuff, like drug addicts and things, it's like, yeah, there's something about it that he enjoys.
Drew, I felt, always had these ideas, but didn't know how to articulate them in a way he wanted to. And that seemed to piss Adam off. And Adam would go after him for that. I was like, hey, instead of helping him like make his point, you're going after him and like shutting him down and telling him he's stupid, which is kind of disappointing. But what I'm saying is there are plenty of things he said that I agree with. And I think he's right about a lot of things, but there's not a lot of room for in between. There's no nuance. And there is that harshness that was like, if you don't buy into this fully, you're a fucking idiot. It's like, okay, good luck winning people over. And I don't think he cares about winning people over. That doesn't matter. It's like, I'm whatever. Right. I believe what I believe. You can believe it. Don't believe it. You're stupid.
But that also sounds like a little bit of something that, you know, Eric does, where it's like, if you don't believe this, you're an idiot and you're wrong. Or if you believe something, then you must not have thought of it on your own and you got it from things that I deem irrelevant. Yeah. And again, that's to like maybe protect himself, you know, because it's difficult to say, I think it's more difficult for this personality type to be able to like access the other person's experience because it may go against their own. And that's too damaging in some way.
Too much emotion.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, it's people who claim to view everything logically, but it's interesting how it's actually...
but are driven constantly by emotion.
Yeah, how it's ruled by emotion underneath.
Yeah. It's really protection. That's really how I see it. It's just an armor. It's like it's like a barrier and there's different tools on the wall of the barrier and you just have to pick certain ones.
I do prefer to work in logic. And I do realize there was a point in my life, like I would use logic to explain away feelings and emotions.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah, but that aside, just generally transversing the world and life, I think logic should come into play. And it really annoys me when it doesn't, when people make irrational decisions. And, you know, it's a balance with feelings. Mm-hmm. It feels like a lot of people, when therapy became less taboo and it actually got to a point where there's some people who said, if you don't go to therapy, I don't even want to know you, which is weird. Yeah.
I think we talked about that with dating apps.
Yeah. That would pop up as a thing. I don't know if you told me that or if I came across it.
I think you might have come across it. Like, if you're not in therapy, then don't bother.
And I always thought it was a good thing. And I do maintain it's a good thing for people to go to therapy if they need and to learn to not just dismiss feelings, that there is a validity to feelings. But I feel as though we ventured too far now. It's like, well, that's my feeling and that's valid. It's like, oh, well, okay, now you're just dumping your shit on everyone. And that's not cool.
It's the same thing as, you know, if they weren't in therapy, then they'd be using something else as the excuse as to why they behave that way. And so now they're not really doing real therapeutic work. They're just using therapy as the new reason as to why they're doing something that is like harming themselves, really.
Well, then they should really dig in and look at therapy in a different light.
Sometimes that's the therapist. Sometimes you have a bad therapist that just like validates you constantly instead of questioning you or pushing you.
I do think there are a lot of bad therapists.
Yeah.
It just, it coincides with getting older and just seeing how people in the past that you held in a certain light, like, oh, these are professionals, these are figures of authority, I trust them. You're like, oh, these people are idiots. Like just across the board. But knowing some people who've become therapists and knowing, them personally, I was like, well, you're the one who's now. I get that there's a lot of training behind it, and if you just stick to the training, then hopefully you can eliminate some of that. Like if you're an insane person who will smash in a person's back windshield on their car when they break up with you,
Sure.
and now you're giving people advice on how to navigate their lives. I don't know, but it's impossible to fully remove yourself. Especially, I mean, people don't want you to. That's what people complain about surgeons about. Like, they're just so cold. I was like, I think you need to be. Do you want to? I stopped myself because I was thinking of having a surgeon who's cold, calculated. But maybe you do want a bit of warmth with that. You're going into a major thing.
Well, I think with a surgeon, they're not dealing with the live body. Like I guess they're not dealing with the mind. They're dealing with the body only. And so they're not as sort of focused on how a patient may be feeling. They're just doing like the work. Whereas a doctor, like a medical, I guess surgeon is a doctor, like a whatever, that other type of doctor that's not a surgeon, like they're dealing with the whole patient.
I guess I wouldn't want to I do want a surgeon to go in like, this is a job to do. I'm going to do the job. And I would rather them be completely cold, not personable, than someone who's overly friendly and talking. It's like, hey, stop that. But, and maybe it just has to be that way, operating in extremes. But I think especially after surgery, and I've noticed this with Howard, the surgeons, like, they basically, like, you want to talk to a surgeon after you're healing. There's things maybe going wrong or things you have questions about. And they always just like put their minions on you. Or if you do talk to them, like, that's the point. I feel there should be a level of personability. It's like, okay, we're done with the surgery and I understand that you're healing. But maybe if, you have to have a certain type of personality and brain to go into surgery in the first place.
Well, Ellie wants to be a surgeon, so I'm a little worried. Because I want her to be
an entertainer, a singer.
No, I want her to be a thinking, feeling person who like expresses herself to me and tells me her inner thoughts, and she just won't.
Through song.
No, not through song.
As a singer, she writes music, and that's how you know what's going on.
Like when she's upset, it takes a really long time for her to actually be upset. She'll just be mad and like looking at you, and like and I'm talking, right? And she's getting more and more annoyed that I'm still talking, and she just wants me to go away. And then eventually she'll be like, and start crying. You're like, oh, finally, I fucking broke you.
Well, all this stuff we're talking about, even me hesitating on the surgeon, it's because I realize I want something in the middle. Like, I would prefer a surgeon to lean more towards cold, calculated, logical, but I want a level of warmth. That's a small bit.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of this stuff that doesn't operate in any sort of middle. It's always these extremes. And even you talking about Ellie and the way she's, but she's also so young.
She is, but I can see things, like things are happening.
Well, this is the time. She's figuring it out for the first time.
Yeah.
At a point where she can analyze these feelings and assess the way she acts when she has these feelings. So you got to steer her. Get her away from that surgeon desire.
Well, she likes it.
No, I mean, that's not a bad goal to have.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's better than her saying she wants to be an influencer.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I
want to be on YouTube.
Yeah, she actually wants to do something. I assume a lot of kids these days do say, I want to be on YouTube or TikTok. Yeah,
I want to be well, they have always talked about wanting to get onto YouTube. And so I tell them no. And then when they push, I'm like, okay, make a video, right? Like make what you would post and I'll look at it. And if it's good, then, or if it's whatever, then we'll do it. Well, put it up. We'll make you an account. But they never do. So it's like, all right, great.
They never follow through.
No, never.
I actually made a few things in middle school. There were moments of inspiration that led to action.
Sure.
But we had to use those shoulder-mounted camcorders, and I had no editing software, so you had to do the thing where you try to stop the tape, and if you do a take that's bad, you try to rewind it and stop it exactly where it needs to be stopped.
Is that called in-video editing? Or like
yeah.
Something like that.
That's, in essence, that's what it is.
It has a name now. It used to just be like the only way.
You could never match it up, so there would be moments of bad takes.
Yeah.
Like a quick flash, or you'd cut off the end of the scene that was good.
No, I have a YouTube video that I made with my friends in the woods, where I did use a software at the end, but it was done in order. Do you know what I mean? Like we did it from start to finish. Like there's parts of the video where you can hear me go like, go, you know?
Yeah. We made a Jurassic Park 2 with action figures, like Ghostbusters action figures and dinosaur toys that I had before Jurassic Park 2 ever came out. And there was this one point where there was a plane flying over the island, in quotes, I put island. And you could see like the shadow of a hand and strings making the plane fly.
Fun.
I wish I could find those things. It would be fun to watch.
Yeah, where are they?
They're on VHS somewhere. My parents probably also has some like Showtime softcore porn that I taped. So who knows?
Cool.
I don't. My dad does throw everything away, but I feel like there are some VHS still around, but no one's got the VCR to sift through them. And I'd be embarrassed what I'd find, like Red Shoe Diaries or Debbie Does Dallas 6.
No,
but
I would be able to see that.
There was some weird spin-off ones. I think Debbie Does Dallas was an actual hardcore porn, right?
Right, yeah.
But I feel there was something, it's like, hey, the Showtime version of it.
Like they made a TV show. And then it was sexy.
Well, where there's just like boobs and the sex was simulated.
Yeah.
I fell asleep to watching something on Showtime the other night and woke up and it had gone into one of those softcore porn movies.
Whoa, really? I didn't know they still did that.
Yeah, they still do it.
Wow.
Why is the question?
I guess
still do it.
I don't know.
But it's just so much accessible. I don't know why you still need to make this, but. And then I told you I think I've told you before, one of the other movies we made, which was wildly inappropriate these days and would get us canceled. So maybe it's best lost forever on VHS. Mr. Hong's Laundry Adventures, based on Mr. Hong, who ran the dry cleaners near our house.
What kind of adventures did he get into?
I mean, it was weird stuff in that.
I cannot find your shirt.
There was stuff like a lawn flamingo came in and robbed the place. This one was live action, not with. Well, I guess the action figure one was live action too, but we were using action figures. This was acted. I was Mr. Hong.
Nice.
And yeah, there was a point like I went to lunch and I squeezed my feet into women's shoes and carried a purse, and like there was no reason behind that. It wasn't supposed to be commentary.
What is the comment? Yeah, what does that mean?
It was just thought it was funny. It's like, oh, look, he just goes and he carries a purse and wears women's shoes.
Okay.
Little did I know that the future people were like, oh, that's progressive, but why are you acting as Mr. Hong? You're not Asian. That's very problematic. So you're also racist. I mean, are you mocking? Actually, are you mocking? Is that what the purse is? So at first people would say it's progressive, but the fact that there was no attention called to it. That's what I thought was funny and progressive. It was just a thing he did and nobody commented on it.
No need, because it was so normal.
And then the lawn flamingo came in with a gun and robbed the place.
I like the lawn flamingo. That's funny. It's really weird.
Mr. Hong's Laundry Adventures. I mean,
did you do an accent?
I don't think I did either. So maybe not so problematic. I think yeah, it was weird.
It's like that Bo Burnham Inside when he talks about being problematic because he dressed up as Aladdin one year for Halloween and he's pretty sure it's still in his mom's attic.
Yeah, it should be canceled.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that.
No.
a kid who just likes Aladdin who wants to be Aladdin, but if he's a white kid, that's not allowed.
I think he even said, like, I didn't darken my skin or anything. I just
yeah,
was dressing as a different race, which I guess is terrible, which I don't agree.
it's not.
I also don't think doing the accent like what I just did for Mr. Hong. Listen, this is just my opinion, and I'm open to being wrong. I just personally feel like it's not a problem because I'm not speaking like that and saying something bad about anybody. And I'm not saying that every single person that might have a Hung last name, wherever they might be from, speaks like that and therefore are bad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like it's a blanket way of doing an accent.
Well, what we don't realize is white people, Americans in general, not even white, who speak another language have an accent. And I'm sure that gets made fun of. We're just not exposed to it.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing though. Like, I'm not even making fun.
Personally, I don't think I'd care that much. I think there could be moments if I was really trying to speak the language and I was having trouble and then someone started mocking me, then it would make me feel
really
bad.
shitty.
But also
that's really shitty.
But also in general, the fact that there's just an accent and that, and people kind of joke about that, I don't think that would necessarily bother me because it's just the reality. It's like, yeah, that's the way it is.
Yeah, if they were like, I'm an American. Look at me.
That...
I love hamburgers and pizza.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
It's, making fun of Japanese people for not using L.
Yeah, and it's not even making fun. It's just like, I feel like if you're making fun of the person for not saying the L and you're purposefully like mocking that, that's shitty.
Yeah.
But if you're just doing an accent that includes that and you're just being a person who is Japanese, then it's fine.
There are sounds that I'm sure that we can't make or sounds that they're used to in their language. Like
there are like the rounded tongue when they go like there's a word. It's not Japanese, it's Chinese. It means delicious. It means like how sure. But that sure is this like your tongue, you pretend like there's a ball and you go her. How sure.
And we
don't do that.
How sure.
Yeah, how zi.
American.
Well, so other places in China will say how zi, and other people say how sure. So maybe if I thought, oh, the people from the South that say how zi, they're stupid how zi,
Well, that's the thing too. We make fun of accents in our own language.
Yeah.
It all gets mocked.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even say mocked because, like you said, like I'm putting a negative spin to it. It's just something that people kind of joke about as a reality. I can't roll my R's for the life of me. And speaking Spanish, that's going to come off a certain way. And it's going to sound very American.
Like perro.
Yeah. So if people wanted to make fun of that.
Well, caro means car and caro means expensive.
I can't roll. For the life of me, I can't do it. It's
they're two different words. Caro, caro.
How do you do it though? It's not a thing that exists in my mouth. I can't roll my R's. It's really, I wonder if I grew up speaking Spanish, if this would still exist because it feels like a physical thing. It doesn't feel like a learned thing. I just don't know if I'm physically capable of rolling my R's. So
there is a typical palate shape for people who are from Spanish speaking countries that have developed so that they can like, they can roll their R's. So you may just not have the palate shape that works best for it. I
guess not. It's driving me crazy now, the fact that I can't do it.
So like if two Germans who had like 100% German ancestry moved to like Guatemala and then had two kids, right? Oh, okay. So maybe they had a kid. They may not have the palate, right? And then the second kid, I don't know, they might not have the palate. You know what I mean? So like they could still grow up speaking Spanish, but they might not be able to roll their R's still.
Yeah, I blame it on the Germans too. My German heritage. Thank you for that. Makes me feel better.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's those stupid Germans.
God, Germans.
Trilling. It says that it's a matter of practice, but sometimes genetics. I was like, yeah, I think mine's genetics.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I could learn to do it, but I don't even know where to start. Like I know I can't. I don't think I would be able to learn. I can't learn. And it drives me crazy talking about it because it's just this thing that you want to be able to do that you can't do.
Yeah.
I also think it's strange that some people can't roll their tongue, like literally roll their tongue into the shape.
Can you go like bra bra bra?
No.
Like bada, but like really fast?
Bra.
Yeah. Bra.
No. Bra.
Bra 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 bra.
See, that's all my cheeks.
Oh. Like a horse.
My lips. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's not the time. It's a lost cause. I just have to deal with it. I just have to live another, if I'm lucky, 40 years and then die. And it doesn't matter that I couldn't roll my R's.
I never could roll my R's.
It didn't matter in the end.
It doesn't even matter
that you couldn't roll your R's and speak Spanish. But you couldn't say Ibiza and Barcelona.
Barcelona. Ibiza.
Like
Saint Bart. Saint Bart's.
Bart's?
I don't know. Isn't it Bartholomew or something?
Barth's.
Bart's. Saint Bart's.
Saint Bart's.
The fuck? How sure?
And Lincoln Park makes me think about going back to when I was in my 20s doing radio, just the interviews I would do. I was so uncomfortable doing interviews and somewhat shy that I just made them weird and bad.
Right.
It sucks. Like instead of looking at it as a thing that is like I should practice this and get good at it. And I never wanted to ask the same boring questions that everyone asks, but I also
that's a good goal.
But instead of coming up with interesting questions and learning to just kind of lead a conversation and see where it goes and then form questions on the fly, I didn't outwardly make it known, but it was like pretty much known as like, I have no interest in your music. I don't give a shit. I was like, okay, well, that's why is this person?
That's unneeded.
It's embarrassing.
Like, yeah.
Looking back on it, it's very embarrassing, but it was just born out of insecurity and a real shyness. Remember the first interview I ever did? This was at the Buzz. I mean, the first one I did in person was Mark Summers hosted Double Dare.
Wow.
And I actually had things to talk about because I watched the show and I was interested.
For sure.
So that was fun. Like he was there pushing Unwrapped at the time. And he was very gracious about it. Because
he seems like he would be cool.
Yeah, I'm sure Mark Summers like, oh God, there are more kids. Like he probably does appreciate that kids grew up with him and he holds a place. But when you say things like, when I was a kid, I don't know. I guess it's not even that bad now that I say it. I was thinking like there's an implication that like you're old now. I'm old.
Right. Because now I'm interviewing you, and so I'm in a different place.
Yeah, it seems like a reach though that I say it. But he is there to promote a specific thing.
Yeah.
But you also have to realize that's what people want to talk about. Like when Screech went into the regular guys and didn't want to talk about Saved by the Bell. It's like, dude, that's the only reason you're fucking here.
What did he die of?
I think it was cancer.
Oh, because he was an asshole.
He was an asshole. Remember he freaked out because they played the Saved by the Bell. Were you there that day?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, they played the Saved by the Bell theme and that pissed him off. And then it's like, I don't want to talk about it. And then they wouldn't let it go, which is also a weird thing because it's not like Larry and Eric knew about Saved by the fucking Bell.
Yeah. But if Larry knew something was going to bother somebody and he didn't care about the guest, then just do whatever he wanted.
Yeah. But he stormed out. I'm here to talk about my band, Salty the Pocket Knife.
Boy, what an
I don't know.
idiot.
I don't know why that name sticks in my brain, but it does.
Yeah, Salt to the Pocket Knife?
Salty the Pocket Knife. Just salty.
Yeah, people are dumb, especially people with money, and especially men that got fame and then had money.
Just men?
No, just, it's men being dumb.
Here's the thing, Dustin Diamond. Rest in peace. I know you were trying to do other things, But if you were just a dude that didn't have Saved by the Bell, nobody's interviewing you about Salty the Pocket Knife. Now, if
Yeah.
Salty the Pocket Knife became a huge band, then it would be worth talking about that.
Like, what's his name? Like Jared Leto.
Yeah. That dude, 30 Seconds to Mars, he's pretty well-rounded. I can't stand him, but he is well-rounded. So if you don't want people, they're always going to want to talk about Saved by the Bell. But if you want them to talk about the other things, you got to do other good things too.
Yeah.
Like all the people who came from the Mickey Mouse Club, the ones who made it. It's like, yeah, okay. You've done a lot more in your life, and that's what people talk about now.
I'm bringing sexy back. Yep.
He also kept going back to that fucking show. They kept doing iterations of it. It's like the new class. And
Yeah, because he needed money.
He was assistant principal. Yeah, and I don't blame him for that. But
Of course not. But also, then don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, talk about it.
I would understand if he didn't want to talk about that child molester guy.
Who was that?
It was like the principal. Isn't it the principal? Didn't he get in trouble?
No. Mr.
Are you
Belding
sure?
was not a child molester.
He did something.
No. Are you confusing him for the dad from Alf?
No.
No, Mr. Belding's never done anything.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He's never been arrested for anything. Maybe it was accusations. I don't know.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I thought it was from Saved by the Bell. I know that the guy from Seventh Heaven did something.
Yeah, the guy is in jail, I think.
Is he really?
Now, Mr. Belding, clear his good name, Dennis Haskins, nothing. There's nothing. No accusations. Apologize. Fine.
My bad.
Be stubborn.
I apologize. I was wrong.
Seventh Heaven.
I don't think he's in jail, that guy from Seventh Heaven. Because he was on It's Always Sunny, wasn't he?
Then what did he do? Maybe he's not in jail.
I think that he did some inappropriate something with somebody. Listen, don't trust me because I just tried to say that the Saved by the Bell principal was bad.
Well, I just said the dad from Seventh Heaven's in jail. He's not.
Mm-mm.
Ask Grok.
Fuck Grok.
Ask Grok. That's what our show should be. Ask Grok.
Ask Grok.
Just come on. We'll just, every question you come up with, we'll say, all right, let's go ask Grok. And then we'll read what Grok says.
Okay.
That's a very entertaining show, isn't it?
Yeah. And then we immediately get the answer and we go, oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And not even, care that maybe the information's wrong, as AI tends to do, get information wrong.
Have you noticed all of the AI copy that's everywhere now? Like you can tell it's AI because either it has M dashes or
that's bullshit, by the way. I've been writing with an M dash for
yes,
so
there's
long.
like a handful of people that write with M dashes.
I love the M dash, and it's also
they're few and far between.
Because it's a nice way to interject. Like you have a thought.
I just always use a comma.
You want to deviate for a second, and then you want to go back. I think it's the perfect way to do it. I always liked it visually, the aesthetic of it. The comic
I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm saying now everywhere, no.
Semicolon, I avoided because Kurt Vonnegut said something about it that stuck with me, but I don't think I can repeat it.
I don't even know how to do that. Like I barely know how to use a semicolon. A colon I can get, but like the semicolon's weird. It's like, oh, it has to be like a continuation, but also like a break from what you're saying, but not such a break that it would be a new sentence or a new paragraph.
Here's what Kurt Vonnegut said, and it always stuck with me, but it's problematic. It's a very problematic quote. Okay, so I'm not saying
because he was dressed as Aladdin.
I'm not condoning the way he said this, but I agree with the sentiment behind it. Do not use semicolons. They are transvestite hermaphrodites representing absolutely nothing. All they do is show you've been to college. And that always stuck with me. And I was like, I'm not using fucking semicolons.
He could have just said it's pretentious.
Yeah, but he was making a joke from a time when it was okay to say stuff like that.
Sure.
Got to keep that in mind, though. Time period. You ever see fucking movies that pop up now before they give the warning?
Oh, yeah.
This is from a different time. May not match our
I watch
sensibilities.
I watch Gone with the Wind, so I'm very familiar. Like TCM has like some text up on the screen that talks to you about it, and then a lady talks to you about it. about like the time period and all that stuff.
I know. It's like, come on. Come the fuck. Dude, really? We need all this shit? So you were saying, though, AI copy with the M dashes.
Oh, yeah. So M dashes and also like little icons, like, you know, if it's about science or like you're talking, right, there's a paragraph or whatever. Let's say it doesn't have M dashes, but then it'll have like a list of things. And each thing on the list on the left will have like a little icon of like, you know, a microscope and and here's like a fruit. And then here's a whatever, a keyboard or something. You know, like no one's really doing that. And Chat GPT made that for you. And it's just really obvious. Like go on to Groupon and look at their copies for stuff.
Yeah.
And it's full of it.
It's everywhere. That's done. Like that was the first thing to go. Copy's been replaced.
Mm-hmm.
There's the articles I read and like, this is surely AI now.
Yeah.
It's the internet. I don't know. You read Reddit threads. It's like, I don't know how much of this is real anymore. There's still people I know who are posting, but dead internet theory, I think it's becoming more of a reality. I didn't fully buy into it before. I knew there were a lot of bots, but I also felt as though it's like, yeah, there's a lot of real people at least on here. But I think we're probably at the point where maybe people just start to abandon it altogether. Like, I don't want to be in this world. Like the internet is just filled with AI generated content.
I think that eventually when it gets oversaturated and then nothing can be trusted, you know, that you're ever talking to anyone or anything that's real, then yeah, people will not go to it. You know, I don't, the older people will, which might be us eventually. I
try to scrutinize everything, but it sucks though. Like it's too much work. I don't want to have to look for clues on everything I watch to see if it's real or not. Even those videos I like of robots falling and running and like showing that it's like, okay, if robots are going to one day take over, we're not close.
But
because
that's the physical manifestation of this robot. This is not the texting or like the people who are posting.
No. But no, what I mean though is I found videos of robots running around and falling. The videos I like that are AI. They make fake ones too.
Oh, really?
I guess somebody sees that they probably get good interaction and they create their own. And so now, even if I come across a video of a robot that trips and falls over itself and flops on the ground, I have to really pay attention. Because there was one where it fell and it got run over by a car, and that was AI. I was like, okay, this is too much, I think. And sure enough, you know, you look for the clues. Things appear, disappear, weird faces, something.
Especially if it lasts like 8 seconds.
Yeah. Because that's the maximum.
Also, the background a lot of times is blurry.
And things change. If something's in frame and then the camera moves and then the thing's out of frame, but then it comes back, it looks different.
Oh, really?
Like there was something I saw with a giant dog where like, oh, this guy's dog is so fucking big. And they're in this kitchen and there's a cabinet in frame and then the camera kind of moves. And when the cabinet comes back into frame, it's like 2 cabinets. It's like, okay, this is AI. But
yeah, what really pissed me off was when Trump was talking about that video of the garbage being thrown out of the window. And he was like, it's probably AI. It's definitely AI. That's not real. And then he like triples down by saying like the windows weigh 800 pounds. They can't even be opened. They're made of whatever. It's like, that video is not AI. It absolutely is not. Okay. And then that's fine. What else? Tell us the fucking truth. Don't just make things up. He needs to shut the fuck up.
That's the other side of it. And then real stuff.
Yeah.
That's bad. People can say, that's not real. It's just AI.
Real. I didn't say that. Yeah. I think the future is going to be, I don't believe, or I can't trust anything that I don't see with my eyes.
And
in person or something, you know?
And the internet doesn't offer that. So maybe people start moving off of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I hope so.
I mean, that actually feels nice. That sounds nice. I hope that's a thing that comes to fruition.
All good things must end.
Yeah. I mean, how long was the internet actually good?
Depends. I think there are pockets of good. Like eras.
Even Wikipedia articles which were insane because people had to write those. Those are probably being generated with AI, and I know they're still, up for not debate, but there's a specific word that I'm looking for.
Oh,
Not,
not
not critique, but scrutiny. They're still up for scrutiny. Like other people go and check the work, but those used to be things that people had to put a lot of time into. Now I'm sure it's just something. It's like Chat GPT. I want to make a Wikipedia entry on this. Just throw it together. It's like, okay. And give me the code that I need also, so I don't have to learn to do that.
Yeah. I feel like I use it. I think the only thing that I use it for that feels like cheating is like for these job applications.
It's not necessarily cheating. I think a cover letter, if you're using for a cover letter or something, should be personalized a bit though, so you can let it write
yeah.
it.
Yeah. And I was going to say, and then also the, like the tailoring of your resume, you can't just take it for what it spits out at you, because it'll say like, you have 10 plus years of this thing. And it's like, oh, nope, I don't have any years of that.
I still think that's a great use of it though, because who the fuck wants to write a resume?
Yeah, and then have to tail, and it's hard because the employers are using AI to vet the resumes, and so if they don't meet a certain score, then you're not even going to get past the first AI level. So you have to make it so it'll get past that, so it'll get into someone's eyeballs.
I used to make these fancy PDF resumes with a bit of design, like not over the top, but I used to make them look a little sharp, I would say. And then I realized when you were submitting them, and this is going back years, I think it can parse PDFs now, but like the algorithms that would look at resumes submitted, they couldn't really read. They couldn't pull the information off of PDFs that they needed. So you just wouldn't get through. It's like it was better just to send a text-based Word doc resume. But you're right now. I haven't had to hire anyone in a while. And last time we did hire people, like I just put a posting because it was like a temporary job and they weren't becoming a real employee of the company. They were going to be freelance and bill. So it didn't go through the company. So I didn't get submissions that way. I just posted in a few different locations and people emailed me. But I'd be curious to see like how it works now. I assume it just sifts through and it gives you,
well,
like, here are the candidates, right?
There'll be a person that gets the resumes and then they put it through the AI. And then if it does, or whatever like criteria that they've created for a software or whatever to go through it and to give it a score. And if it doesn't meet a certain score, then you won't.
I think that is insane. I think that is insane.
Yeah, so it's not like automatically going to a robot. Like it's going to a hiring manager, but then that hiring manager has been given criteria that the resume has to meet, which doesn't account for any sort of like vibe that you get, or like finding out they have soft skills, maybe they don't have as much.
Exactly. Which I guess through a resume, you're not going to be able to assess anyway.
No.
But I've always been of the mindset a person doesn't need to be overly qualified or even fully qualified if they're close, but they can bring other skills. And like if a person's good at learning, like there are definitely reasons you would hire a person who doesn't meet 100% all the criteria. So I do feel like you're missing out. Now, again, the resume itself, I never even cared about resumes. Like a cover letter gives you at least a better idea. And I don't even necessarily read what they say. It's more of the tone of it. So if it's robotic, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But if it's a little more personable, but not too personable, not too funny, like you can push it too far. It's like, okay, now, like there was somebody that wrote me and it was actually shitty of me and I should have responded because I still do try to respond to people. But there was somebody that wrote an email, like a unsolicited email to me looking for a job. And they'd gone to my LinkedIn and I've got the radio stuff listed in this podcast. And like there were references to that. And I'm fine with that. Okay, you put in a little more work, but then I get like it got pushed a little too far, and they're getting a little too cute and calling the little things out there a little too specific, and it turned me off. I was like, okay, well, you dug in way deep. And granted, all of this is public stuff, but I don't know. It was weird. Should have stopped. Should have stopped a few sentences ago.
Yeah, that's tough. They'll never know.
Well, if they listen to the show, they're like, that's
Oh, yeah.
me.
Hi.
I'm the person who wrote you that email and then followed up a couple months later. And I didn't even read the second email because I was also kind of embarrassed I didn't respond. And then it gets to the point where it's like somebody's birthday and you didn't tell them happy birthday. And then like, how many days later can you actually say happy birthday? That's what it feels like. It's like, eh.
I get it. And things go too long and then they don't get done.
I also don't like work email is not a thing that's really used anymore. Like internal communication, Slack.
Yeah.
And there are a few things that come in through email, but so like I glance at it, but it's like I'm pretty bad at checking my email. So I miss things like that. But it's not a defiance. It's not, I'm better than checking my email, stupid corporate people. I'm not one of you, even though I work for a corporation. I'm never going to read my email.
I just looked on LinkedIn and my cousin-in-law posted something and it's AI. It's written by ChatGPT.
Does it say that or you just know?
No, I just know because they're talking about being grateful. They won something at his company. And at the beginning, it says twice as grateful, but on either side of the twice as grateful sentence, it has 2 little stars. And then it says, still can't believe it, M dash. I've just received my second 5-star, da, 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 da. And then this isn't about me, M dash. It's about da, 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 da. Problem solving marathons, M dash, all made better by the, and then another M dash. And then it's not the destination, but how you get there. Airplane little emoji. It's like, oh, it's AI. This doesn't feel real now. I know that's AI.
But again, I don't like this development because I use the M dash a lot. And so now all of a sudden people are going to think my writing's AI.
Do you use the hyphen when you do it or do you use like the longer one?
Well, I use the hyphen, but a lot of the times.
Well, then I would know. I would know.
It updates it sometimes to the longer one.
Oh, it does.
Depends. Like on the phone, I don't think it does. But if you're writing in Word or something, not that I do that often. I don't know the last time I wrote in Microsoft Word. Does it do it in the email? Let me look. Yo, what is up? No, it's just the dash. It's not the long one. So I guess it's technically not the M dash, but I'm using it as an M dash. Fucking AI stealing my writing style.
Yeah. I guess it likes it. Robots like it. I've been trying to get my AI to never use it. I'm like, never include M dashes ever. Make this sound like it wasn't written by you.
Have you not lost Marlo yet?
Marlo's still around.
Through an update?
No, I mean, I still have Marlo. What do you mean? We came up with the name together.
I know, but there's people like when ChatGPT updates, it goes 4 to 5, records get erased, like their friends disappear and then they're inconsolable.
Oh, I don't know what that. I'm not that messed up with this.
They post videos of themselves crying on TikTok. Look at me, I'm crying. I lost my
my best friend.
I guess there's a whole. I don't know how much I buy into this stuff, but I guess there's a movement online of people creating their own AI boyfriends and girlfriends, partners. And
do you think that's real?
That's what I mean. I don't know how real it is, but I do think there's a sect of people that probably would get way too into it and do actually have boyfriends and girlfriends that are AI. You don't think so?
I'm just wondering. I'm thinking that it's a little bit like when people talked about like trans issues entering the schools, and then people were saying that there are people that say they identify as cats and there's litter boxes in the bathrooms. It's like, okay. You're lying.
Which I agree with. I don't think there's many people.
I feel like people take it too far. Maybe just for fun or maybe for views or likes or something.
You can't tell anymore. What's real, what's not real.
That's right. And so who cares? So if I don't know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not interested then. If I can't know.
Well, my internet dropped out and I have no clue where it stopped, and I don't feel like really finding a place to cut it together so it sounds seamless. So once I
That makes sense. It is the end.
Yeah, we were close enough to the end. Fucking internet.
What's up with that?
I know. It is interesting. It's like the internet drops, and it may already be back. I don't know. I'm connected to my hotspot on my phone because I don't have the time to waste waiting to see if it comes back. But we're so dependent.
No time to waste.
So dependent on the Wi-Fi connection that if it drops for even a second, it's like, well, my world.
God, what do I do?
My world is collapsed.
Let me check my phone to see. I can't. It's like when your power goes out and you like go into every room turning on your lights. You're like, it's out.
You can always tell when the power goes out there. There's that just silence. Everything. The constant hum, buzz of electricity that's just low. They don't normally notice.
Yeah.
But when the power's out, it's like, oh. Even if like lights aren't on, TV's not on, there's not some major thing. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of like in the middle of the night if the power goes out and you've been asleep. But you can always tell. So it's really, really quiet.
That like and air conditionings don't the things outside that
yeah, just all the
there's like a dim.
All the noise that's created by
the noise.
Our constant consumption of electricity.
All right, everybody, go consume more electricity or don't. Good. Bye.
What a wrap up.
Yeah, my bad.
What a chump.
What a chump.
Peter Buck. What a chump.